and welcome back. I'm Wolfnip, and today we're gonna make a gift for one of the most amazing people in my life. So short story long, my friend has chronic migraine. I moved from Norway to England and lived here for about a year now, so I haven't seen her for quite some time, and she's had a pretty rough year. And I wanted to make sure that she felt extra appreciated on her birthday. So I asked her what moment from The Office is her favorite, and she said this episode. So what I thought to do is that I'm gonna embroider her favorite scene on a cozy, nice sweater. Okay, so what I did is just find the picture that I wanted to trace. In this case, it's the one where he whispers I'll kill you. And I found it really difficult to actually trace his face, because in a human face you have so much more than just a couple of lines that gives you information about who someone is. So I just tried to do the best that I could, and I was also scared because as soon as I've drawn this on the shirt, I'm gonna embroider over it, so that's also gonna alter the look of it. So that's, yeah, I was a bit scared. As I said, I embroidered the whole pig thing and edited that video before I did any of this. And I also couldn't find a sweater online that looked close to the one that I was getting, so I just went ahead and made the back side of it myself. So my idea is to have his face on the front, on the chest, and then I'm gonna have "I'll kill you" underneath, and the lyrics "Goodbye Toby" on the back. And I wanted to make it gradually bigger as well, because he's kind of screaming at some point out of glee that he's going away. So I wanted to just illustrate that as well. Then I went ahead and opened a A4 page and just added everything, just to kind of see the size of how I wanted it. This isn't actually what it ended up being, because I had to go back and make everything bigger than I did in this printout, but you understand what it's gonna look like. So what I started doing, and I didn't film this, but I started the whole embroidery journey doing the "Goodbye Toby" at the bottom. I finished this at this point, and then I went for the face. So this is right after I did the pig, and I saved the white transfer paper for this occasion. I did not want a repeat with blue or yellow transfer paper. So this is a precious piece of transfer paper getting drawn onto here. And of course the embossing tool went through this as well, but I think this turned out a lot better than what the last pig did. So I don't know, yeah. Just put some stabilizer at the back there and the hoop frame on, and then I was ready. When I started out doing his face, I tried to make sure that I wasn't touching the chalk that much, so I tried to start on the edges, but I was also aware that it was gonna be very difficult for me to find the lines in the face if they disappeared, so I tried to just do what I thought was most difficult, one at a time. So you can see here I'm doing the nose. And I found out that I kind of like embroidery. I think it's very relaxing when you're not filming, because when you're filming, you're trying to keep it in one place, and it just strains my back a bit, because you know, you have to sit still very much. And I thought that it would turn out a lot wonkier than it actually did. So I'm quite surprised on how easy it is, and I say that with bunny ears. I know that this is not a professional embroidery, but I was just surprised of how easy it is for it not to look shit. It at least doesn't look like a child has done this. It looks like maybe you're 14, 16 maybe. And everything I was aiming for is not 8. Continuing on with the mouth part, and this is where I kind of fuck up a bit. I am not sure about this whole mouth. I think I could go back and change it a bit, but I am not going to. It just kind of looks like a different person because the mouth is a bit twisted, and you can see I made it a lot thinner at the start to the left there, and then to the right it's I think with the text it's gonna look all right. So I hurried up. As you can see, I do this in an incredible speed. No, this took probably, if I had to make a guess, maybe 5 days straight of embroidering, maybe more. I didn't do it all in one sitting. This actually took a month for me to finish, but as I said, I finished other videos in between, and you know, I wasn't sitting doing this all the time. I think it's shaping up to look pretty good. And it's so satisfying. You know what? I never actually thought, well, I thought I would be able to finish it, but I'm also a person with a lot of ideas and, you know, crafts that I'm doing, or I'm just doing a lot of different stuff that I find interesting, and some of it I don't finish, and this could have easily been that kind of project. Had something gone truly wrong, like it did with the pig, where I continuously pricked myself, or the frame was loose, or his face looked really wonky, I might have given up. But I am so glad and so proud of myself that I actually was able to make this. She would love this process too, ripping this ripping the stabilizer off. I think this is a shit job actually. I thought I would be very satisfied when I got to this point, but it was just stuck in such weird places, and you can see that I kind of made some shortcuts as well, where I didn't stop the thread. I just kind of went to the next area, and I need to find something where I can maybe iron it on so that if something catches the thread, it won't rip. But yeah, this took a lot longer than I actually thought. I had to do the Goodbye Toby part as well. And then for the last part, since it has to be centered, I did the I'll Kill You. Got that on there. If you want to do something like this as well, I think you should just go for it, because you basically got all the knowledge you need from this video. It's not that hard unless you want to sell it. maybe take a few courses or look at a few videos online before you start your business. But yeah, this is the finished product. I think it turned out amazingly. I want one myself. I don't know if I'll put in the hours to make my own. Maybe at some point, we'll see. If I'm allowed, I'll capture her reaction to actually receiving this gift. And that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have anything on your mind, please leave it down in the comments. If you'd like to support me, please consider to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, that's it. Bye!